Okay, Dad, you can start explaining. I'm rolling.
This is the soft tissue on the back of the shoulder blade itself. It's cartilage from about here back, and the tip of it is about there. The base of the horse's withers, right here, is the 10th serratic vertebrae, number 10, number 11, 12, and so forth. And as you go this way, the crest of their withers, the highest top line point on the rib cage, which is thoracic, is right there. You can feel the back rib. Sometimes there will be a little short one back here. Don't feel it. So right at this point is the end of the thoracic chain. Thoracic means a chain of vertebra with ribs attached.
Okay.
Right here, pushed up against the surface of the back, are the two kidneys.
Okay.
It's considered strong muscular form, but a little bit delicate if you pound on it.
Yeah. It seems like the saddle I've been using cuts into there on him.
Yeah, you don't want...
He doesn't like it.
You don't want downward pressure at the tail end of the saddle, nor do you want it up here pressing hard on the withers. So the rider's profile sets, so if this is 16 and this is 10, you have 6 vertebrae in there. This would be the center one. So help me figure this out, Sam. If this is 10, and this is 16, what would be halfway between 10 and 16?
12 and a half?
Okay. So right here is 14, and it seems like...
Easy, bud.
It seems to me like when you set a person bareback on the natural pocket of a horse's back, they set with their tailbone right above 14.
Okay.
So there's other ways to associate a rider with the horse, but that's a good one. So if you know your tailbone is there, so this is the rider's pocket right here. That's the thigh, and it'll fit right in there. Won't be out on the kidneys.
Oh.
So then we switch down to the bottom of the horse and find this is the ascending pectoral. This is the end of the ascending pectoral.
Okay.
So this is paunch, and this is full of fluid and fumes, basically. It's the gut. So if you take a diagonal line, I'd start it right there, and I'd hit it for this piece of tape right there.
He's feeling that line. He got his attention, Dad. Got his attention that time. Hey, Eli. Okay, got it.
Okay, that becomes the girth line.
Okay.
So that means that it's pulling down equally on the front of the saddle and the back of the saddle. There's no forward leverage is what messes things up. When you forward leverage them, you apply all the pressure to the upper forelimb in here and the trapezius. So let's talk about the trapezius muscle coming right through here and right back up there. So this is the front arm of a trapezoid.
Okay.
going across there and coming back and rounding up here. So it looked like a guitar pick if you made it flat.
Okay.
All right. So
let's bring him in the shade a little bit more. Okay. I think right here is good. Oh, excellent. Okay, I can see better.
Okay. So, let's see if I got a marker that'll show on this hide.
Well, those are permanent markers. I can get you a chalk.
I don't know if it'll. Okay. So we're gonna talk about some muscle groups. So, here's a trapezius.
Is it working? Oh yeah.
Going across here. That's a little far ahead.
Let's put this over here.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the back of the soft tissue, or the cartilage on the back of the shoulder blade.
Okay.
This hump right here.
Yeah, what's that?
That's a deltoid, and it's in the way of everything.
So that's the one when he picks up his foot, that one bulges?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it retreats. So we're going to find out how much in anatomy.
Oh.
In anatomy, we don't care if the horse is going frontwards or backwards. It's all the same. We could be working that direction, this direction, with no regard to front, back, up, down, horse upside down. Doesn't make any difference. So I want to make sure that my rigging pull is behind this deltoid.
Okay.
So let's advance. When the shoulder rotates around and around here, every time the foot is forward, this muscle bulges backwards. So I'm going to do I'm going to lift him up and see what he gives me.
Okay. Good job, kid. Good job.
I'm going to extend the near side front leg out that way. When we do, that rotates the shoulder blade back, and I'm assuming it's going to come back maybe to about here.
Okay, let's see.
It's going to bulge the deltoid. So first the foot comes upward, ahead. See this big, huge bump?
Kind of.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, it's bulged up right here. The back of it's right where I said it would be. Okay.
There we go.
Now, bring his head to me, Sam. All right, now it's back to here. Okay. See that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. He's proud of himself. Nice contortion.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if he wraps himself around himself and he's going downhill and he's reaching like that,
okay,
all these muscles start interfering with the girth line.
Right. Good job.
That was extreme.
Yeah.
Brought him around as far as he's probably been with his front foot out the other direction, but you never know.
He liked it.
Yeah.
He liked it. Good boy. We made a connection.
Right.
Okay. So those are the lines. Neat.
Yep. So now, where are we here? Okay, we're going to take the motion of the forelimb next.
Okay, hold on.
All right. We're going to study how the forelimb affects the girthing system. So this hollow right back in here, Sam, is the armpit.
Okay.
Very, very soft tissue.
Right.
Usually they're skinned up on the rib cage side. I mean, not on the rib cage side, but see where all this leg is right here?
That extra skin?
Yeah. If they wear back, say this pocket's not deep enough, and this elbow is coming right back and forth right through here, it won't work. So if it's interfered with right there with this the cinch or girth, it won't work.
Oh.
So anytime they have any uncomfortable sensations that limits the production,
right,
they just don't want to go there. So I'm going to retreat it first. And I'm going to get a mark on it. Okay.
Oops.
Right.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's feeling feisty.
Okay. He can rub clear back to here when he swings his foot
wow.
behind him.
Yeah, okay.
Now when he comes forward, it's a whole different view. Can you get over here and catch it?
Nope. You can make your mark though.
Well, I need you to show this big pocket here. I got it.
Okay, what are we looking at?
We're looking at how much room there is for the girth to live in here when the foot is ahead.
Right, but not...
As opposed to what happens when the foot's back.
Okay.
You knock that off. Okay. That's... Okay, camera off. Stick anything in there but the arm, and you've got interference with the upper foreleg.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay. All right. In summation, if you impede the motion of a muscle, you take away from a horse's performance. To maximize their performance, on the other hand, you maximize the range the muscles can move, how natural they can go, with no interference by a saddle. That's about that.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I had that. That big snort.
He's a little snort still.
Yeah,
He's a snorter.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
All right. When you have a mass, to measure it, you need to gap around the mass and measure from these points. Take it off, and then we'll take a tape measure. So the first thing we're going to look for...
It's okay, bud.
This is probably alerting the horse that something's haywire, but I'm going to put a piece of tape there.
Okay.
And
He says, let me see that tape.
so I'm looking for the widest place in his rib cage.
Okay, gotcha.
You on?
Yeah.
All right. I'd say it's right there.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to go on the other side and get it.
All right.
We probably need a third person here.
Yes,
but we'll see
we
what
do.
can do.
That would make it a lot smoother, but we're doing it.
So Sam and I have made a
replica
of
the saddle shop calipers,
Yeah.
deep in Baker City, Eastern Oregon.
So we've got a clamp here and we've got a pivot point here. So if we like where we've got it set, we're going to clamp.
Okay, gotcha. That works good. Got a
So
feisty
you go down
Arabian.
that side, Sam, and you're
Okay.
going to find the blue point there.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can hold them at the same time.
And then we're going to close the dividers.
At the point, Dad?
Right on the blue tape.
Okay, I'm there. I'm there.
Now take it off. All right, we're going to measure that distance in inches.
Back.
21 3/4.
21 3/4.
And I'll record that.
So you're calling that the widest
Yeah, it's the widest
spot?
I got outside of rib cage.
Outside of rib cage, okay. So basically we're gonna sculpt a saddle to fit this guy.
We're going to make a model of this horse.
Okay.
And am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
All right. we're going to sculpture a model of this horse's rib cage from about here down to right just below the see, this is turning back down under now. So we're going to add to that model the extent of the muscular eruptions when the horse is in motion. So when we're finished, we'll have the right shape to pit just slightly above the withers. We won't have any contact with this area of the horse in here at all. We're going to basically have the horse only able to feel the rider.
Okay.
So the rider's riding the horse, not the saddle?
Gotcha.
Okay. We're now going to start the process of building a saddle by building the skirts of the saddle. So the skirts are going to be made out of leather, and they're going to ride about this high above the withers, and they're going to stay off the withers until they get right here to T10.
Okay.
Thoracic 10. All of this pressure in this whole area is not going to be there on a soft saddle.
Okay.
So the first piece of paper I'll cut will be trying to get this top line straightened out with about 1 inch higher here, contact through here, 1.25 inches I like right up here, which is 2 of my fingers.
Okay.
All right, so I'll start cutting a pattern.
So you're going to make the skirts first. Okay. Is there any more you need to do to make the model, the Arabian horse model, to put the saddle on at the shop?
Right.
Or it all kind of goes together?
Well, I'm going to have to measure every 4 inches.
Okay, that's what I thought. With the calipers?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm going to have to make a curve that matches this.
Okay, with your pattern.
Yeah.
Got it, okay.
That's a little bit different.
Gotcha.
But it's why this thing is curved the way it's curved. It sort of will take on the shape of the horse.
Okay.
And I'll just find the differences as I go back. It gets flatter in the back.
Okay.
Without this, I can't do anything.
All right.
And without this, 3,000 years ago, they couldn't do anything. They had to invent this little guy. Okay, my pencil. All right. I've been doing this for about 15 years, so just as a sketch artist, I can pretty much visualize how we kind of want to make our skirt. Usually, I'm given about 28 inches from the front of the saddle to the back. This is T10. I kind of know. Here's 14. I kind of know I'm going to have that angle, so I'm going to cut that out with the scissors. Okay, cut. Sam, what we're trying to accomplish is a relaxed fit skirt. In other words, this can move anywhere with the horse. I basically, on the first try, have it pretty close. So I'm going to find that girth line and draw it in. So cut for a second.
Okay. Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, hunting for the girth line.
Okay.
Starting at the end of the ascending pectoral, coming up, catching here, and going to the center of the pull, so we have a saddle that's getting pulled down here instead of up here and back there.
Cool.
Okay, so that's where it's going to be. We're right on target.
Go trace it with your pencil again, because I can't hardly see the line.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So as the horse works around, this we can't get any pressure on this.
Okay.
You'll be able to push your hand clear back here. all the way up under here there's no pressure.
Nice.
And that's pretty much how I fit what we call the body of the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit on girthing systems. If I hang 2 billets off of here and put a short English girth on it, it's the best way to do it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, well let's make our saddle like that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so we've gone through...
What's the next step? Is that about it?
Well, of this part.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get the angles every 4 inches all the way down the back.
All right.
My next thing.
I'm rolling.
Are you rolling?
I'm rolling.
Okay. Perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What are you looking at?
Well, if a horse is uphill in front, the withers, the crest of the withers, T4, are higher than the sacrum.
Oh.
If a horse is downhill, the sacrum is higher than the crest of the withers.
So Brando's a little uphill.
Is he?
Oh, well, he looks like it from...
Well, we'll check it.
Okay.
Okay. So I noticed that being perfectly level is very common.
Okay.
This is the sacrum. This is T4. Whoa. Oh. By the way, if you don't like to work in the wind, you don't want your subject wobbling all over the place, it's probably not a good job for you. You have to deal with such an animated thing as a horse.
Right.
And you have to be comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Patient.
Gotcha.
Sometimes you can't get them in the pose you want them in.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine you work with all kinds of horses, so you have to be...
Did you see that, what happened?
No, did he lift?
Yeah. Head up.
Let's see.
Head up deepens, contracts the pocket. Now put his head on the ground, and it'll be a lower distance.
Okay, so it's on the ground right now.
Okay, then you have extension. It's called extension. Now, contraction.
Wow. Okay, got it.
Okay.
That's a good example.
So uphill, extension, downhill, contraction.
Okay.
So if you have a top line on your saddle that won't handle the extension with the head up, go head up. Woo! So that's the distance from right here, the deepest point in the horse's back, T10, to the bottom of the...
There you go.
So he's contracted.
Yep.
Now extend him. Down it comes. Down it comes. So it's a difference about 1.5 inches.
Good boy.
Which we will determine. We'll measure all those extensions and contractions to within a 1/16 of an inch.
Wow.
So the next thing, we're going to divide the horse into every 5 inches.
Okay.
The whole thoracic chain. We're going to measure how far down it is to the top line, to the stick, in a contracted deal, so that if they do contract, it's not burying the saddle right into the top of their spinal process.
Okay.
All right. That's good. Horse do anything he wants other than walk off on us. And right now, his top line is 3.5.
Okay.
As his head goes up and down, his top line is going to change. Now it's extending and it's down to 3. Put his head down, to, Sam, if you can. Head down, it goes clear down. We're at 2.5.
Okay, let's do the head up.
Okay, 4 inches. From 2.5 to 4 inches, it almost doubled itself.
Okay.
So, head up,
He's flexible.
big dip, head down, it's extended, small dip.
Okay.
Okay, I hope we made our point.
I think so.
Okay. Action.
Okay, so what we did was we flew Dad down here, and he didn't bring any of his tools or anything. And from common household items, we made. Let's see. invented our own way to figure out how to sculpt this saddle to fit this horse perfectly. That's basically what we did, right, Dad?
And what's going on here is this is Act 1. We know about this horse's back now. We know what his skeletal flexions are, his muscular eruptions, to what extent they move vertically and laterally. I'm going to go back to Baker City, Oregon, put this all together as a saddle. I'll build a frame, a model of this horse, and I'll build the saddle to that frame. Act 3, I'll be right back down here putting this saddle on this horse, expecting this horse to have improved production of around 25%. It'll show up in his mind and his body. Thank you very much.